Steve, it's great to have you back on. I do want to get your take on that possibility that we could start to see some of these futures ETFs get greenlit from the SEC. I mean, this has really been years in the making.
Well, thanks for having me today. I appreciate it. And look, I think from a Voyager perspective, we're excited about having a Bitcoin ETF, even though it's on the future side, because I think it starts to show that it's being more accepted by the government, by the SEC. And it looks like that would be the first step until then we get, hopefully, a Bitcoin ETF that would be based upon the spot, which we think is really the next step and will even drive more adoption into the crypto space. But at least the ETF on the future side will allow advisors into the space to put more Bitcoin into their accounts for their customers.
Yeah, of course, it speaks to the regulatory framework, perhaps, that's beginning to emerge around cryptocurrencies overall. How do you expect that to evolve?
Look, we're really excited about and support a regulatory environment for cryptocurrencies. That's the natural progression of this asset class. And I think when you do add regulation and thoughtful regulation to the ecosystem, it's going to spur adoption. And that's what this industry really is looking for. You know, folks like us who are public companies, the first public company in the space that's transparent with customer funds, we're welcoming that adoption and that regulation, because that really will spur the safety and security of customer assets and the fact that they believe their assets are safe and secure.
We've seen Bitcoin rally and other cryptocurrencies rally pretty strongly just since the start of this month. What do you attribute it to?
Look, I think there's a lot of adoption going on. We're seeing on our platform, we're seeing more and more consumers buying not just Bitcoin, but we're seeing them actually buy other level 1 protocols such as Algorand and Avalanche, and we're seeing more adoption. The NFTs are spurring more adoption too, as more people are coming into the marketplace and really starting to see some way to use the cryptocurrencies. And obviously, I think with Bitcoin, and we're seeing it as the reserve currency, as a replacement for gold, and more consumers wanting to hold that in their portfolio.
Yeah, I mean, we talk so much about Bitcoin. We talk about Ether as well and Ethereum. There are a number of other coins, though, that have been moving pretty dramatically this year. I mean, is it still really just Bitcoin, Ether, and everything else, or are there other coins that could potentially begin to take, for lack of a better term, market share?
We actually look at it and seeing Solana, Avalanche, Algorand, all Cardano taking market share on our platform from Ethereum, because we think there's an Ethereum alternative, a much cheaper, more efficient way to access NFTs and other protocols and other projects that are coming out. We're seeing more and more adoption of that on the platform, and our assets for those protocols are increasing every single day.
Interesting. So I guess as we head into the end of the year and beyond, I mean, we just had Fidelity on yesterday, and they're talking about the possibility of Bitcoin hitting $100,000. Where do you see it going?
Interesting question, because I said it was going to be $100,000 6 to 8 weeks ago, and I still believe in that I believe Bitcoin will be at $100,000 by the end of the year. We're seeing that increase in price, and I am well behind a $100,000 price target by the end of the year.